You're looking live at this Memorial Gymnasium, historic Memorial Gymnasium here in downtown Kokomo, the site of the annual Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament, as we bring you the consolation ladder here of today's festivities as the Merrillville Pirates get set to take on the Bishop Chatard Trojans. Alongside Jan Bozier, I'm Kurt Darling. A pleasure to be back with you here on the ISC Sports Network. Today's game is brought to you by LD Smith Plumbing, the big dogs of plumbing. Well, Jan Bozier, happy to be back with you here for this one in the consolation ladder between two teams who are just looking to get a win here in this holiday tournament here today.
You know, you're exactly right. You know, when you're a team that struggled, and both these teams have, they've had some games where they could have won, maybe should have won, but typically what happens, and a lot of both these teams, Chatard and Merrillville, have a lot of youth on them. So the best thing you can do is play. You still got tons of time to work out the kinks. Typically, two things aren't going well for you: defensive stops and free throw shooting. And for whatever reason, they always seem to go hand in hand, and they're very applicable to both these ball clubs.
Well, you talk about the free throw shooting in particular. That's been a little bit of a struggle for Merrillville so far this season. 63% from the foul line this season to Bishop Chatard's 71, but they have struggled from behind the arc, shooting at 29%. Both these teams, of course, playing each other for the very first time here in this Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament, as Zach McCormick will be squaring things off with, and it looks like it'll be Josiah Beckton. Correction, that is actually Josiah Jones who will be taking the opening tip here for Merrillville. We're underway here in the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament in the consolation ladder. Merrillville 1-5 coming into this contest after having lost earlier today. And now they'll try and get back into the win column, of which they have not been able to do since December 13th, as going right to the rim that time is Charles Hardman to get things going here for the Pirates.
Well, the other piece of this is shot selection. When you're not winning, be a little more selective on a good shot, and certainly that was one of them.
Chatard with the ball for the first time. As the ball sails out of bounds, it will remain here with the Trojans. Matt Bowling in his second season at the helm of the Trojans. He is 5-21 in that time span, as we have a timeout going to be taken here by Chatard. This will be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here, though, as we keep things rolling here in the early portion of this contest. And so, Jan Bozier, as we talked about, you're playing a whole lot of games in these holiday tournaments. Some teams playing 2 games today, others playing 1, and then we'll play 2 tomorrow. It can certainly be taxing on the body, but still, these are young athletes who know how to get the job done.
Well, a lot of these young men have played AAU, where you play 4 and 5 games in a day, so 2 is nothing, at times. But once again, they're young. They love to play, want to play. And I think when you're struggling, the best thing you can do is play. Merrillville has played pretty well. The problem they have is stop people in the paint. People in the paint have really done damage to them. Chatard's a ball club that can do some damage in the paint.
This is a Merrillville team giving up 69.5 points per contest through their first 5 games of this regular season. Trojans still with their first possession. This is Harrison Odom working things here for the Trojans. And he'll load up a 3 from the left wing, and that's a little bit off the mark. Offensive rebound, though, grabbed by McCormick, and we have our first whistle down beneath the basket. And I believe it will be an out-of-bounds violation here, so it will remain with the Trojans.
Well, McCormick listed at 6'10". He's one of the juniors. They have quite a few juniors on this Chatard ball club. 9 to be exact, Kurt.
Ball comes into Alex Lake, as the Trojans trying to post up here on this tough defense of Merrillville so far here in this ball game.
Great pass.
Going inside to Lake. He feeds it inside and puts it off the glass.
Just a great 2-man play, Kurt, inside. I think that's where Chatard really wants to concentrate in this ball game.
Well, the first minute has come and gone. Both teams exchanging buckets here in the early preamble of this ball game.
Merrillville, times, is watching today a little bit. They fall in love with the 3 sometimes.
Josiah Jones gets it over to Cameron Jones. He had 23 points against Northridge earlier on today. Outside to Hardman. Up top to Jones. He lets fly a 3. It's a little bit off the mark.
That's what they do. They love to look at the 3. They're kind of streaky about it. They'll go off with 2 or 3, and then they'll miss 3 or 4.
Right down the lane goes Chatard here with Julio Graves, but he comes up short. Quick back come the other way here with the Pirates. Right down the
There you
right
go.
side of the lane. That is Charles Hardman.
See, that's what I like to see. Go to the rim and then look for the three. Get that defense guess a little bit. Good drive.
Hardman has all 4 points so far here for Merrillville. This is Ari Som handling the ball here for the Trojans. He's their leading scorer. He only had 10 points, though, against Kokomo earlier on today as the ball goes out of bounds, and we're going to get our first foul here of the evening.
Yeah, a little bit of a mismatch down low. Chatard's got some heights. They go 6'10", as well as they got some 6'8", so they bring some serious length in this ball game.
Josiah Beckton, the guilty party on the foul as the possession continues here for Bishop Chatard. This is Odom trying to split the defenders. Back outside to Som. Driving the baseline. Back outside. Step back three is blocked that time there by Hardman, but getting it back is Odom. And the loose ball here corralled somehow here by Som, but he gets his pocket picked in transition, and we're going to have a foul coming up here on Bishop Chatard.
I thought that time Merrillville Pirates did a really good job defensively. They're getting down in their stance. They're being aggressive. Both teams, I guarantee you, have talked during the time that they did not play. Guys, you've got to be down in the stance. You've got to be ready defensively. Both these teams really need to improve on that defensive end.
Cam Jones, a 50% three-point shooter. He's already missed one today. Beckton off to Norrie. Norrie with a hard bounce pass inside to Jones. Three on the way from Hardman, and he hits.
Good offense again. Just talked about that. They got the defense to collapse inside, outside. That's good basketball.
Still, it's been the Charles Hardman show here for Merrillville. He has all 7 of their points. Down the left side of the lane, here comes Chatard. And a mishandle on the pass here for Som goes out of bounds, and another turnover back to the Pirates. Jones working it up here with 4.5 to play in the first quarter. Hardiman gets it poked out of bounds there, and that is off of Julio Graves. Both teams averaging about 13 turnovers a ball game here between them. And that's going to be one thing that's really going to be a staple of how these two teams perform here this evening.
Yeah, and that's not terrible. 13 a game is really not terrible. Turnovers really has not plagued him.
Back up top here with Norrie. Here's Jones from the elbow. A little bit off the mark there and out of bounds. It will stay with Merrillville. Lots of second chance opportunities early here for the Pirates.
Chatard had underneath control that time. Decent block out, but it was last hit by Chatard.
Bo Patton is the head coach of the Merrillville Pirates. 63 and 85 now in his 7th season at the helm of Merrillville. Here is Hardiman down the left side. Nothing there. And a hard rebound taken by Alex Lake.
Good idea, just very tough angle that time. I like the fact the Pirates are really concentrated on at least trying to get to the rim.
McCormick using that size to get it back outside here to Som. And now a thread-the-needle pass to the right side. Odom working up top now here with Som again. Pump fake here by Graves, right down the lane. The teardrop is blocked that time here by Josiah Beckton.
Beckton, really good timing on the block. Merrillville's playing good defense, I'm telling you. They've picked their D up a notch. That's really impressive.
3 on the way for Merrillville. Bingo that time for Josiah Jones.
And Kurt, how often do you see when a team's playing inspiring defense and translate to better offense? The two go hand in hand, I'm telling you.
Well, so far it is an 8-0 run here by Merrillville after the tie at 2-2 earlier on here in this quarter. Chatard looking a little flummoxed right now here on offense as we'll have our first substitution for the Trojans here in a matter of moments.
Good
and
shot.
A bank pass there by Som goes off the glass and in.
Yeah, Som, leading scorer on this ball club. They need to run that offense through him. He's a decent scorer.
Hardiman gets some help. Right down the lane he goes, and he draws the foul.
Well, this young man right here has been very aggressive towards the rim. Hardiman, of course, he leads them in scoring. 20-plus points a game. He's had 28 points a game, 29 points a game. He can put up some big numbers.
Alex Lake guilty on the foul here, as this will put Hardiman at the line for the first time this evening. He had 17 points in that loss to Northridge earlier on today. He is a 74% foul shooter, but this time it does not go in his favor as we have a plethora of substitutions here for both teams.
Well, Hardiman averaged almost 16 as a freshman, and he's just a sophomore. This kid, I think, has an opportunity to be something special. I really do. He really looks to score.
Back up and in here this time for Hardiman as he's able to knock that one down. Tough defense here played by Merrillville, and stolen away though, but here by the Trojans, and underneath they try to get it going, but nothing there, and it comes back the other way. Here comes Hardiman, Euro step inside, and jump shot is up and off the mark there by Jones. Here's a long pass back the other way for the Trojans, and it's up and in here for Julio Graves.
Yeah, they needed that.
But a long pass again, up and in this time, and nothing there for Merrillville.
Transition, it was there. Just a little bit out of control, wasn't able to slow up a little bit.
Som looking to the right side with Odom. Right down the lane with the floater up and a little bit off there for Odom, and he's going to go to the line. And that's Darnell Bowles picking up his first foul of the ball game.
Now, when you're not shooting the ball where you want to, getting to the free throw line can cure a lot of point problems if you hit them. Good looking free throw shot right there by Odom.
Up and in for Odom right there, as it's now an 11-7 ball game. Second foul shot is up and in here for Odom. Inside the final 2 minutes here of the opening quarter. These two teams looking for a win here in the Phil Cox, as the three is on the way. It's off the mark there from Jones. Right back the other way we go. Into the corner as Chatard gonna have their pocket picked here that time. That is Aiden Rusha-Fiorchi.
There's no question Merrillville wants to play at a little bit quicker tempo. I thought the last shot out of them was just a little quick. Chatard a little more methodic, really trying to just get a good shot.
Aiden Rusha-Fiorchi goes inside, and he's going to get some tough defense here from Hardiman, and it's going to be a little bit too much as we're going to get a foul here. It looks like they're going to get Bowles here for number 2.
Darnell Bowles, his second.
So that's number 2 here on Bowles. So he'll likely come out of the ball game here in a matter of moments.
Rashid at the line to shoot 2.
So Aiden Rashid is at the line. Rashid had 9 points against Kokomo earlier on today, and he knocks home the first foul shot.
Chatard all of a sudden, Kurt getting to the line, and no surprise, they're cutting this lead quickly by getting to the free throw line down to just 2 for the lead from Merrillville. Chatard doing very well at the free throw line, and another one.
So both go down there for Rashid, as just like that, it's a 1-point ball game after Merrillville had led by as many as 8. Here is Hardiman finding a lane right down the middle and blocked at the rim that time by McCormick. Long pass the other way. Here comes Jones underneath and blocked back out of bounds here by Becton. And we have a whistle, and it just goes out of bounds. It will stay here with the Trojans. That was Julio Graves, by the way, on the take here, as you see this one up and out again here by Becton. McCormick puts it on the ground and puts it in.
No better shot in basketball for a 6'10" than the half hook. Nearly impossible to block. If he can really perfect that, he can really make noise, score points in the paint.
Jan, it is a 10-1 run here.
Yeah.
For Bishop Chatard. Here is Durant Hicks. Back up top to Jones for Merrillville. Squaring off now with this 2-3 zone. 3 on the way for Jones, nothing there. A chance for the Trojans to add to their lead as they're up by 1 in the final 30 seconds. Step back pass and it up and in there by Ari Som.
Som all of a sudden has come alive here in the last couple minutes.
14-11. Chatard up by 3, looking for their first win of the season.
And that's what you want. You want to keep playing hard. You don't care who you play. You just want to win. And a win can do a lot of things to get you going for the season.
Here is Hardiman down the left side, tries to feed it underneath to Jones, and it's stolen away here by Chatard, and they'll let the first quarter come to a close. Your score after one, 14-11. Chatard on top of Merrillville. You're watching the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament on the ISC Sports Network. Second quarter upon us here at the next game of the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament. Alongside Jan Bozier, I'm Kurt Darling. The Bishop Chatard Trojans lead Merrillville 14-11. Well, Jan, it was a struggle to start the game here for Chatard, but they really closed out that first quarter strong.
Yeah, I thought the shot selection was really good at the second part of that first quarter, and then they got to the free throw line, Kurt, there at the end, and hit all 4 of them to get themselves right back. I just thought they were patient. They got really great shots, man. I want to see the big guy get the ball and do nothing but concentrate on working in that paint, because I think he's got a lot of potential. That half hook is one of the best shots in basketball. If you can continue to get comfortable with that and perfect it, he can score a lot of points because you can't block it.
So with that, it'll be Merrillville ball here to start this second quarter. And a few substitutions here, as you'll have Durant Hicks starting this second half, as well as Mikey Lake for the Trojans.
That being said, I thought Merrillville came out and played pretty well. I thought the shot selection in the second half got a little quick. There's a good shot right there.
An excellent shot here by Caden Thompson, who's into the ball game here for the first time.
I like to see this right now. I guarantee you Merrillville again's it. Listen, guys, when we play pressure defense, our offense played well. Get back to that pressure defense.
That cuts it back to 1. Here's a steal by Merrillville. Down the lane we go, and up and in with the reverse. And that is Kalen Reddick who gets his first bucket as well.
And again, good pressure defense by Merrillville turns into offense.
And now maybe another steal here as Merrillville is really clamping down on the defensive end. But now we have a foul coming up here.
Foul number 34, Josiah Becton, his second.
And that will be number 2 on Becton as we reset the possession here for the Trojans. And it will be Becton coming out of the ball game. So this will be Idris Nori checking back in here as still it is 15-14.
Bad pass, but he got it back. He was fortunate. You can't be soft. You can't be soft with passes.
Here's a trip as we're going right into the lane this time with Lake. And this will be a foul here on Thompson. So Lake will come out of the ball game here and put Harrison Odom back in, at least it appears to be. And that will be, in fact, be the case here. Again, Chatard 0-6 coming into this ball game. They have yet to get a win this season, playing mostly Indianapolis teams as well as a good Pendleton Heights team back on December 27th. Nearly a turnover. Back the other way. Here come the Trojans. Rashid kicks it back outside now to Odom. Odom through the legs. Off to Rashid. Here's McCormick. Posting up here on Nori. Along the baseline. Right down the lane goes Odom. 3 on the way, and it's good. A big shot there by Sam.
Good spacing, good passing, good everything that for Chatard. Really, really good half-court offense. Good ball movement, and when that happens, you do all those things, you get a good shot, and that's what happened.
Well, back and forth we go here in this one as both teams have led at least twice, and here's a turnover by the Trojans. Sam, with a little bit of help, takes it himself, can't finish. McCormick with the putback, nothing there, and a blocking foul going to be called. And this is going to be against Nori.
Yeah, McCormick really hustles down the court, and because he did, he's rewarded. He went after the rebound. Take a look right here. This is the play before. This is inside-outside basketball. This is where you shoot the three. You know, so many teams get comfortable just coming down and launching it. You could be a good three-point shooting ball club if you do it within the offense like that.
Hardiman going to come back into the ball game here after getting some much-needed rest. As McCormick misses both foul shots. Offensive rebound here, though, by the Trojans. Cutting inside is Sam. And he goes back outside to Graves. Some long passes here by the Trojans as Rashid goes along the baseline. Quick three on the way, and bingo there for Julio Graves.
That's a good pass. Once again, 2 or 3 passes. Really good looking three.
Caden Thompson thought about answering. Instead, he goes to the rim, and going right up with it there is Jones, and he's going to be fouled on the body there by McCormick.
Well, the official said some pushing in there, and that's what he called. It looked, from our angle, vertical. Take a look here. Yeah, the official just thought too much body, but the big guys go up straight. Don't like to see fouls, but I'm not saying there wasn't one. He's down there, I'm up here.
Meanwhile, missed free throws are starting to become a thing. That is another one here for Josiah Jones. And that's certainly been an issue already here for both teams. Jones puts it back in the air, and he's able to get the second one. That makes it a 4-point lead here for Merrillville as we work through the middle part of this second quarter. Graves will dump it off to Rashid. Close defense here played by Keelan Reddick.
Well, Merrillville's going to get back in this thing. It's going to be on the defensive end.
Pull-up jumper here from Sam, and just gets the Friendly Memorial Gymnasium roll.
Well, he's that shooter because he gets a lot of high arch on his ball. It's so soft, it's got a shot to roll in, and it did.
Merrillville trying to get the lead back here as they trail now by 6. Thompson gets into the lane, fires one up. It does not fall. Loose ball fought for, and it'll be corralled here by Hardiman just at the top of the key. Right down the lane he goes, tries to dump it off to a teammate, gets the ball back, and still can't get it to go.
But you can't fault effort. Merrillville really got after it, just wasn't able to get the putback.
Well, it's certainly been a grinding effort here as Julio Graves pulls up from the elbow, and that's off the mark. It sails out of bounds, and it will go back to Merrillville here as we have a couple more substitutions for both squads.
Both teams, Kurt, really trying to get a lot of bench play. Obviously, they did play earlier, but a couple things, obviously, because of the earlier game, and then just get a lot of kids playing time. That's what this tournament is so good about doing. That's why I love this. You know, all the brackets, you lose, you're guaranteed so many games.
So coming back around here is Merrillville. Right, and spinning inside is Norrie, trying to get the follow-up there. Nothing there as Jones pulls up from just inside the arc, and he hits.
Merrillville stays after. I love the effort towards the rim. Use that glass, though.
Nicely done there as we roll right along.
Been a pretty good game.
It certainly has.
Yeah, both teams getting after it, getting better.
A deep three is up and off the glass that time. And that is Mikey Lake getting his first bucket.
Hey, they all count.
Here is Hardiman. Step back three on the way to answer, and he does.
Hardiman's he's that scorer that can do so many things. He's very comfortable right now, doing a good job inside, outside.
Lake looking back outside again. This is Sam. Three on the way from Graves. Too strong off the glass. Lake gets the rebound. From just inside the arc goes Sam, and he can't get it to go either.
Hardiman on the rebound, playing at both ends. I like that.
Speaking of Hardiman, from the elbow, and gets it just pulled out of his arms here by Graves.
That's a mistake on Hardiman. Brought the ball down waist level. That's still territory, and that's what happened.
And Graves got tripped in transition. No whistle as the ball sails out of bounds, and it will be Trojan basketball as it goes out. Kind of a wild sequence here at this point in the game with 2:45 left to play.
Timeout, Chatard.
And a timeout is going to be taken here by Chatard. It's a full timeout. And so we'd like to take this time to thank Coca-Cola of Kokomo for their support of today's broadcast. Coca-Cola would like to welcome all of our guests to Howard County this holiday week. Coca-Cola of Kokomo has been enriching the lives of residents of north central Indiana since 1907. Coca-Cola of Kokomo is a proud partner with 26 schools to make sure that students stay hydrated in the classroom and on the field of play. Find out more at cckokomo.com.
Well, both teams playing hard. Chatard calls the timeout. They want to make sure they keep everything under control with this last 2 minutes and 45 seconds. They're playing well. The offense is moving. I think what they're talking about here, Kurt, is now all of a sudden Merrillville's really trying to get to the paint. Backside help. Really do a good job of defense in the paint.
And there you see head coach Matt Bowling of the Trojans, again looking for his 6th career win as the at the helm. Only his 2nd season out of the Circle City Conference, which includes, of course, Roncalli, Guerin Catholic, Brebeuf Jesuit, and Bishop Chatard. All 4 teams who are certainly very familiar with each other in Indy. Merrillville will come out here as well. Off of the quick talk here from head coach Bo Patton. Chatard up by 4 as we play on. Hardiman looks over to Jones. 2-3 zone here from Chatard. It has been tough here for Merrillville, but they try to get inside. Bowles is going to pull up and can't get that one to go. Big rebound taken here by Ari Sam. Sam, long pass stolen by Hardiman, goes right to the rim, and he will lay it in.
Bad pass. Got a little soft with the pass. Merrillville's got team quickness. If you do that, they're going to steal it.
They certainly have those quick hands as it's now back to a 2-point deficit for the Pirates. Sam off to Graves. Long pass back to Sam in the corner. McCormick posting up on Norrie and stolen away by Hardiman. Another one's forced here by Hardiman as he lays it up and in.
He's making him pay. He's that guy that if you make a mistake, will make you pay. Chatard for the big guy, don't bring the ball down waist level. Keep it up above your head.
Some big points off of turnovers here by Hardiman makes it an even game at 25 apiece as McCormick is able to answer with a 3.
I'll show you to talk about me. How's this for a 6'10" three-pointer?
He is shooting 36% from behind the arc this season. Hardiman tries to answer with a 3 of his own, and it's short. McCormick again working on Norrie. Lake is triple teamed into the corner. 3 for Sam. Yes, sir.
Well, that's just a touch pass. That all starts because of the touch pass. He was ready to shoot, and just really good offense again by Bishop Chatard.
And just like that, it's a quick 6-0 swing in favor of Chatard off of the back-to-back 3-pointers. Final 45 seconds as Merrillville looking a little out of sorts in the latter part of this first half. Into the lane we go, and a scoop and score there for Merrillville. That is Roderick Durant-Hicks.
Durant-Hicks, good decision. Merrillville's been much more active offensively and with points. Dribble drive, Kurt.
McCormick pump fakes. Back outside. 3 on the way from Odom, and he is fouled in the process. And this will be 3 shots coming up here for Harrison Odom. The foul will go against Idris Norrie.
His second.
And that is number 2 on him.
Yeah, this is a no-no right here. Not a lot there. Official said it was enough to call foul.
Well, Harrison Odom has not been at the foul line much this season as he misses the first, but still has 2 more coming. down the second one. Couple substitutions here as well, as Norrie will be taking a seat for Merrillville. And this will bring back in Josiah Jones. Second free throw is good here for Odom. And that makes it back to a 5-point advantage for Chatard. Durant Hicks telling his team to settle down here as we enter the final 10 seconds. Hardiman from the elbow. Nothing there. Defensive rebound taken by Chatard. A last-second heave is up and just off the mark there by Harrison Odom. Your score as we go to the halftime period, 33-27. It is Bishop Chatard on top of Merrillville in the first ever meeting between these two ball clubs here at the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament. You're watching the ISC Sports Network.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey & Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
And that'll volley, oh my goodness. What a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness. Give it to him. Rolls through the lane, and he knocks him. Oh my goodness.
At Mulberry Telecommunications, it doesn't matter whether you play from home, learn from home, or work from home. We have you covered with fiber-fast internet. Whether you video chat to stay connected with friends and family, or operate a small business, you can do so with the reliability that Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet provides. From streaming video to regular web surfing, the possibilities really are endless. And that's a reason for all of us to celebrate. Packages start at just $49.95. Visit mintel.net to sign up today.
Halftime here at the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament from Memorial Gymnasium here in Kokomo alongside Jan Bozier. I'm Kurt Darling. It is 33-27 with Chatard currently leading Merrillville in this first ever meeting between these two ball clubs. Jan, taking a look at some of the first half statistics, it has been the Charles Hardiman versus Ari Sam show as both players are leading their respective ball clubs in scoring.
And that's what you expected to do. Both of them look to score. And if you don't stop them, will score. The two stats that really stick out to me, while the lead is not a lot, certainly three-point shooting by Chatard is a big difference maker. They shot almost 63% behind the arc. And the reason for that, we called this multiple times, really good-looking three-point shots out of their offense. And the other part that Chatard's winning big time is 18-7 on the rebounding.
And on top of that as well, though, one thing that certainly Merrillville can hang their hat on is the fact that they have 9 points off of turnovers. They forced 7 of those on Bishop Chatard right now. But still, though, Jan, when you look at the shooting percentage, both teams are shooting relatively well. Just Chatard is just doing that much better.
Yeah, and in basketball, that's the way it is. It doesn't take a lot of any one stat, but a little bit here or there, and that's what you got the difference here. 2-possession game. So 2 possessions somewhere, and you found about 3 or 4 were possession here, possession there. And when you're struggling a little bit, sometimes that's all it takes.
That certainly is, as those are your first half statistics. When we come back, we'll look at some first half highlights. You're watching the ISC Sports Network, the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the IC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the IC Sports Network.
And that'll volley, oh my goodness. What a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness. Give it to him. Rolls through the lane, and he ducks him. Oh my goodness.
Well, let's take a look at some first-half highlights here, Jan Bozier, as both teams have been able to really get on the board, but it was a game of runs in this first quarter.
Yeah, and I think the runs were all centered around when they played defense the way they did. When Merrillville got down, got aggressive on defense, not only did they really stop Chatard, they seemed to turn it into offense. So I think, obviously, it really started with defense.
You had this dribble penetration as well by Caden Thompson coming off of the bench there as well. But still, some fast break points and points off of turnovers for Merrillville have kept them in this one.
Yeah, when Chatard got a little light with the passes, Merrillville with enough quickness, and that was part of that 7 turnover problem for Chatard.
So still, though, three-point shooting was a big factor as well, as both teams exchanging some deep shots here late in this second quarter.
Well, there's no question for me. Hardeman playing both ends of the court, rebounding, getting great shots early. You can see why this young man has put up 20-plus points in just about every single game, because he looks to score. He says, listen, you don't stop me, I'm scoring. So he puts a lot of pressure on the guy guarding him to really play some defense.
He certainly does, as halftime is coming to a conclusion. Second half coming up right after this. You're watching the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the IC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the IC Sports Network.
And that'll volley, oh my goodness. What a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness. Give it to him. Rolls through the lane, and he ducks him. Oh my goodness.
Second half about to get underway here inside Memorial Gymnasium on the ISC Sports Network. Live coverage of the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament. Alongside Jan Bozier, I'm Kurt Darling. Jan, what do you want to see from these two ball clubs going into the second half?
Well, obviously for Chatard, cut the turnovers down 7, a little heavy in that first half. I thought overall, though, Chatard played pretty well. Merrillville clearly needs to go through Hardeman. Had 15 in that first. He's a young man that averages about 29 a game. So run the offense through him. He doesn't force it, but run the offense through him.
Certainly a lot of history between these two ball clubs. Of course, not directly, since this is the first time that these two teams have met on the hardwood. But when you talk about a team like Merrillville, you know, they certainly had those state championship runs and semi-states as well back in 78 and 1995. But they've never made it to a state finals in the class basketball era here, Jan, despite of the amount of really good athletes that have come through that program.
Yeah, and you know, both these ball clubs now just want to win a sectional. Their past has some of the glory in it, but both teams have been shy on sectionals. Last time Chatard won a sectional was 2004. 2020 was for Merrillville. So both these teams haven't seen that hardware in about 5 or 6 years. So a lot of work to be done, but you can certainly see, Kurt, I think, agreed, there's a ton of potential out here.
Merrillville making a state championship run as well to the 6A state championship in football. And a lot of athletes on this ball club that certainly were on that team as well. As we are underway here in the second half of this consolation ladder ball game here at Memorial Gymnasium.
I think Chatard talked about at halftime, Kirk, don't beat yourself. Run your offense, you prove that you can do it and score, but do not beat yourself with the soft passes.
Julio Jones with a nice pass inside to McCormick, and he tries to scoop it up, and he draws the foul.
I like it when the big guy gets aggressive. I really do. He's a mismatch. Take it to the hoop more often than not. Something good's going to happen. This time a foul.
That's the first foul on Cam Jones, as this will put McCormick back at the line. That's actually number 2 on Jones.
Talked about this Chatard ball club, 9 juniors, 3 seniors. So they really feel like they got some potential to get better during this year. And 9 of these guys are going to be back next year.
So yeah, nary a sophomore or even freshman on this varsity roster here for Chatard. As McCormick goes 1 of 2 at the line to make it 34-27 here in this ball game. Working it around now here is Durant Hicks, who checks into the ball game.
Little 2-3 zone now by Chatard. Kind of matchup zone.
And poked away by Graves. Graves goes down the right side of the lane, and he lays it in.
Really solid defense. Little 2-3 matchup, putting pressure on Merrillville, and they got a little lazy with the ball.
Chatard starting off here with a little bit of a run here in this second half. Here is Jones. Hardeman inside to Hicks.
Got to get out of there.
Hicks kicks it back outside. Hardeman lets it fly, and it's short. And a tough rebound corralled here by Alex Lake of
Way to be
Chatard.
strong with the ball. Chatard gets something here, Kurt. Merrillville may need a timeout, and they do.
And up and in it goes.
There it is. Chatard with a really nice run.
McCormick puts the ball in. It is a big run here. Make it 5-0. Make it 7-0, I should say, here to start this second half as Merrillville and Chatard go to their respective sidelines, as Merrillville will call a full timeout here. Certainly not the start you wanted here if you're head coach Bo Patton of the Pirates.
No, I thought just in that few minutes here to start the third quarter, clearly Chatard played much better. I thought that Merrillville, for the first time, kind of stood around a little bit. They can't do that. Chatard really is in rhythm. When a team's in rhythm, you have to get them out of the rhythm.
You certainly do, and actually it is a 5-0 run to start things off here for the Bishop Chatard Trojans, who, Jan, it's hard to believe that they're still looking for their first win of the season with how well they're playing right now here against the Pirates.
Yeah, and you, as you look down at their losses, I mean, they played a pretty good schedule. Clearly, you know, the teams that have beat them, look who they played. Shortridge 3-2, New Pal 4-2, Heritage Christian 4-1, Roncalli 6-0, Pendleton Heights 6-2. So clearly you get better by playing really good competition. They're a little short, but I guarantee you that type of competition will pay dividends and it's paying dividends right now.
You have that winning record based on your opponents through those first 5 games. And on top of that, you had a loss to Kokomo earlier today. So at 0-6 right now, Chatard just trying to get back on track here through this first half of the season. But certainly looking good right now as they lead by 11 midway through this third quarter. Hicks leaves it for Hardiman. As Merrillville trying to get their first bucket here of this second half. They have yet to do so, as it is a nearly 2-minute-long scoring drought, and it will continue as Graves comes away with another steal in transition, but he comes up with the point-blank shot going dry.
Merrillville's got to settle down, getting a little sloppy with their passes.
Here is Thompson. Tries to kick it outside here to Hardiman, and there's a turnover.
Kurt, in a schedule, I like to see schedules broke up into 3 parts. A third of it, teams you probably can't beat. Third of them kind of 50-50, and the other third, really tough competition.
Having to get back up off the hardwood here is Odom as it goes out of bounds. We don't have an indication of which way it will go, and they're going to say that this was off of Merrillville, so Chatard will maintain possession for the time being. Well, Merrillville dominated the turnover battle in the first half, but it has been Chatard who has done just that here so far through these first 3 minutes.
Well, they haven't beat themselves. They're taking care of the ball. That's key number 1. Key number 2, getting really good shots.
McCormick loses the handle, and it's stolen away by Becton. Merrillville pushing the issue now as Thompson gets flushed back out here by this zone defense along the baseline. Hardiman back outside, 3 on the way from Hicks, and that rattles in and out. And the loose ball fought for as many bodies dive for it, and Chatard comes away with it. Here comes Sam. And back outside here with Graves. Posting up in the middle is Alex Lake. And cutting it underneath to McCormick with the reverse in the and one.
Great inlet pass to the big man, and then McCormick's moving without the ball. That's another piece of it. It's all the small pieces right now that are starting to come together for Chatard. He was doubled, he knew it, and then McCormick cutting, really good cut hard. He's hard to stop when you get him right at the rim. Good offense again by Chatard.
McCormick back at the line as he nails the and one opportunity. And now a whistle and a quick substitution here for Merrillville as Thompson will check back out of the ball game.
Merrillville's got to get something going. They're starting to get in no man's land here. They cannot let this thing get too far out of hand here. They need a really good shot right here, Kurt.
Merrillville has still not scored here in this third quarter. Jones, Hardiman lets it go. Still dry here at the well for Merrillville. Hardiman tries again, still nothing there, and the rebound taken by Sam.
Good pass.
Long pass up and in with the flush.
Chatard playing with all type of energy now and enthusiasm, having some fun, and they're really playing as a team.
Well, welcome to the ball game, Alex Lake, as that was an exclamation point. That makes it a 10-0 run here in this second quarter, rather the second half, I should say. Stolen away by Graves, and he's fouled as he tries to work it up court here by Jones. And that's number 3 on Jones. Well, Merrillville all out of sorts right now as they have gone this first 4 minutes without a bucket, and Chatard is happy to take advantage.
Well, Merrillville's going to get back in. It's got to start right here on this defensive side.
Pass inside here is Lake posting up a quadruple team inside by Lake.
That's a big guy wanting the ball and then using his height and physicality just to really force that mismatch into a bucket.
That was a confident shot there by Alex Lake, and now he comes away with the steal. Hits Graves in stride, waits, puts the ball up, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line. And that is another one on Jones. That is number 4 on him, so Jones is going to have to sit for a significant amount of time here.
Well, Merrillville, you're right, Kurt. They have not even scored here in this third period. Give credit to Chatard's defense. I think clearly it always starts with defense. Their defense has been good. On the other hand, Merrillville's has not at times been pretty good, but it's kind of off and on, and when it goes off, Chatard's made him pay.
Well, you wouldn't think to look at him here, Jan Bozier, but Graves is only 30% from the free throw line this season. But he's made that first one. And he has another one through the net as well.
Well, they're getting to the line and they're hitting just to add everything to what Chatard's doing. This is a game that they have needed for a while. Still a ton of time. We haven't crowned a victor yet, but Chatard clearly in the driver's seat.
Hardiman to break the streak. It does not go. And McCormick comes down with the rebound. Merrillville going now on 5 minutes without a bucket here in this second half. McCormick, Som trying to hit Lake, and it's touched out of bounds, and that stays here with Bishop Chatard.
Yeah, the pass was just a count late. That's a pass that really has to be timed to perfection, and when it's late, the defense can get a hand on it, and they did that possession.
Here's a pull-up jumper. Alex Lake with 7 straight points here for Chatard.
Yeah, he's having really the quarter of his season so far. This is a confidence builder. All you need is a breakout game to really boost your confidence.
Hardiman goes right to the rim, blocked from behind there by McCormick. It's just stifling post defense here by Chatard, who certainly using that size advantage here in this contest down low. Inbound goes right to Hardiman, and he finally gets one to go, and that breaks what was a 5-minute and 15-second long scoring drought here for Merrillville. But right back the other way comes McCormick, and he's going to the line.
Build your confidence. When you're that tall, that lengthy, you have such an advantage if you use all those tools God granted you. And he's really been using them, going to the rim hard.
Rashid's going to come into the ball game, as will Charlie Staley for the first time, as McCormick knocks down that first foul shot. So whistle here as they're going to wait and see who's going to come out here for Chatard, and it will be Som and Staley coming in.
Kurt, there's no question the bigs for Chatard have really dominated quarter number 3.
Second one goes for McCormick. And McCormick will be the one getting a much-deserved breather as Rashid will check in here for the Trojans. Merrillville needing a run here as they try to get back in this ball game.
Got to move. You got to make Chatard play really hard and long defense. Make him move.
Thompson looking for a lane here as he's posted up by Lake. Thompson into the lane, puts up an awkward shot, and he draws the foul.
But he got aggressive. He got aggressive towards the rim, got off a shot. And more often than not, when you're working downhill and there's contact, you're going to go to the free throw line. And for Merrillville to get back in this game, Kurt, the more they can spend time at the free throw line will help their cause.
Thompson back at the foul line here as he puts up the first one, and that will not get the friendly roll as it goes off the back of the iron.
The free throws for the season have not been kind to either one of these teams, but in this game, Chatard has really did a good job hitting theirs. Merrillville, not so much.
Abe Borg will come in here for Chatard. He is a 6'5" junior forward, and he gets his first action of the ball game here as the second foul shot is able to go there. Nearly a steal in transition as Chatard has to work their way up court. And a traveling violation here as Mikey Lake turns it over.
That's a really good call by the official. I thought he absolutely did travel.
Thompson quick back the other way. Thompson along the baseline, off the glass, high and in.
And that's how you're going to get back in it. Good shot selection. Baseline, that time Chatard did not rotate over and cut off baseline.
Foul on the inbound here on Charles Hardiman. That's number 1 on him. And that is team foul number 5 here on Merrillville, Jan. So an automatic 2 free throws here for Julio Graves. And I have to tell you here, Jan, it's now year number 3 of this new rule here, and I'm still getting used to it without having the 7 foul bonus.
I like it. I think it's added a piece of the game while it's not significant different, I like the rule. I do. It took me a while to get used to it too, but now that I'm used to it, I like it.
And Jones misses that one as another substitution for Merrillville. Becton will come out.
It's
and
slowed
Kylan
down.
Reddick will come in.
Kurt, it slowed down a little bit, that just nonstop free throw shooting games. It slowed that down a little bit.
Second foul shot is up and in here for Julio Graves. 52-32, back to a 20-point lead for Merrillville to try and overcome here against the Trojans. Nearly stolen away here by Graves, and it is post stolen finally here by Borg. Rashid in the corner. Merrillville coming back out here on this defensive end. Borg goes in and he loses it, goes right through the legs.
Don't put it down low. Don't put it on the ground or low.
Right down the lane he goes, puts it up and checks it in. And Hardiman is able to at least get things going here, but still a long way to go here for the Trojans as we have a foul in transition. And this will be Thompson. That is number 2 on him for the day. And yet more free throws here for Julio Graves, who is happy to oblige here as he's been at the line quite frequently here in this ball game. Graves at the moment 3 for 4 at the charity stripe here today. Can't quite get that one to go. And Julio Graves, a 30% foul shooter. He only has a season high this season of 6 points against New Palestine earlier this year. Graves gets the second one to fall. And Graves will come out of the ball game to a applause from his fellow teammates as he'll take a seat. 53-34 your score. And now a stoppage in transition as the ball sails out of bounds. Thompson attacking, back outside to Reddick. And Reddick just gets it taken right away from him here by Borg. Into the final 60 seconds here of quarter number 3. Borg harassed at the top of the key, and he loses the handle. Here comes Thompson, an opportunity for Merrillville. Hardiman into the lane, a lot of traffic, and he draws the foul.
Just using athleticism that time. Nobody stopped ball by Chatard. That man's a player. You got to give him credit. He really looks to go to the bucket.
Borg picks up foul number 1 here on the game as Hardiman at the line, a 74% foul shooter. And he knocks down the first one. Again, Hardiman averaging 29 points per ball game through these first 5 games of the season, but still it was only a 1-4 record coming into the tournament as Hardiman misses the second one. Final 38 seconds. Lake is trapped in the corner. He gets away from it, but it's stolen away by Reddick. Reddick pushes ahead to Hardiman, and he's blocked at the rim there by Sam. What a play here by the point guard, and he continues things on here for the Trojans. Long pass ahead, Lake underneath, bounce pass to Borg, puts it off the glass and can't get the and one, but he goes to the line. Well, the Trojans just certainly playing with an extra pep in their step here at the end of this third quarter.
No question about it. That's what you have to do.
First foul on Kylan Reddick for Merrillville. This is Abe Borg, who has only played sparingly so far here this season. He misses that first foul shot. He shoots 25% in that regard, but he has a season high of 11 points against Heritage Christian. That was game number 3, the third of which were on the road here for Chatard. They played 3 of their first 4 games on the road this season. Borg knocks down the second foul shot. 54-35, Thompson. Nothing there. Rebound taken by Norrie. They call a tie-up, and the arrow is going to favor Merrillville.
Been a 21-point quarter for the Chatard Trojans.
A lot less, though, here for Merrillville as that shot comes up empty. Som loses the handle as he works forward. Hardiman lets it fly at the buzzer. It goes off the back of the iron. But a big quarter here by the Trojans makes it 54-35 going to quarter number 4. You're watching the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament on the ISC Sports Network.
Jackson takes the handoff, throws the deep ball. He's got a man. Catch made. Rolling, has a man, first down, the grab by Cyrus. Billingsley keeps, Billingsley spins away from the tackle, still going, touchdown Snyder.
Well, a special thanks to our Kokomo stats crew for keeping us apprised of all the statistics here through this ball game as your score reads 54-35, Chatard on top of Merrillville here in this consolation ladder game of the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament. I make that statement here, Jan, because it was a 21-8 third quarter in favor of Chatard that really gave them this big lead.
Well, getting to the free throw line has been a good thing for Chatard. They've gotten there 22 times here in 3 quarters of play, compared to just 8 times for Merrillville. The other stat that's really in Chatard's favor is rebounding, 25 now to 11 for Merrillville.
That's certainly a big topic of discussion, and that's really was one of the big differences here, Jan, is the fact that whoever's winning the boards has certainly been prevailing, and that was good early for Merrillville, but that has really been dominated now by the Trojans here in the second half.
Chatard comes back with their starting lineup. They had a lot of bench play in the quarter number 3, so legs should be semi-fresh for the Trojans.
So it is McCormick back into the lineup here for Chatard. He has certainly been a big factor here in this ball game. This is Odom. And he gets it off to Graves. And a loose ball stolen away here by Merrillville. Reddick right down the lane, and he lays it in.
Now, Merrillville needs to come with pressure. Here it is. If you're going to get back in this thing, you do it by defensive pressure.
Bowles is back on the floor here for Merrillville. He's certainly provided a little bit of a spark off the bench. As back outside, Som lets a 3 fly, and he connects.
Well, Som called for that. He lined that one up early, called for it, nailed it.
Big shot there by Som, makes it back to a 20-point advantage and a turnover back the other way here by Merrillville. And that's something that's really starting to rack up here, Jan, are turnovers for the Pirates.
Yeah, no question. It's really kind of been their demise. They at times have played, got back in this thing, but then they've just added some problems with their turnovers. Can't dribble, cannot dribble.
He's harassed here between the circles as he has to dump it off now to Odom.
When you're getting double teamed, you pass and move.
Odom fouled on the body here by Jones, and that is going to be number 5 on Jones, it looks like here.
Foul number 0, Cameron Jones. That's his 5th.
And so Jones will exit this ball game for the duration. He is done for the evening, and Caden Thompson will have to take up the position here of point guard for the remainder of this ball game. Julio Graves off the inbound, a reverse and up, and can't get it to go. He's fouled, and that is Darnell Bowles picking up another one.
Foul number 4, Darnell Bowles. His 3rd.
So at the line back again will be Julio Graves, who so far has been living at the line over the last couple of minutes. Graves is 4 of 6 at the line here this evening. And make it 4 of 7 as he misses that one. The struggles continue at the foul line here for Graves. He makes the second one, though. Hardiman has the ball now for Merrillville.
Well, we're kind of getting that point of the game where Merrillville has really got to shoot a high percentage now on the offensive side. Time's kicking away.
Ball goes out of bounds. As Merrillville, as you said here, Jan, just looking for something or anything to try and spark a run as they trail by 21 points. Up and in here for Hardiman.
Hardiman stayed with it.
Here's McCormick working things now for the Trojans. Going inside is Lake, spin around move, goes up and gets the roll.
You see how Lake's called for the ball? That's what I'm thinking. If you're going to be a player offensively inside, cut hard, which he did, and then call for the ball. Really good play.
60-39 your score as Hardiman can't convert. That's blocked at the rim here by Som. Screaming down court, here comes Harrison Odom. Odom looking for an opening. And nearly stolen away, and now we have a whistle and a timeout going to be called by Chatard while they had possession, and they'll talk things over with 5:29 left to play here in this ball game. Well, Jan, given the fact that Chatard has not had a win here this season, they just have had a really resilient effort here in this ball game here, especially after having played earlier today.
Well, it's still a real early season when you come into this game. You've played 6. Clearly, it's hard when you lose, but they know they played a decent schedule, and they know they're not that far away from victory. And so you keep working hard. Victories will come if you work hard and get all those small things fine-tuned a little bit. They just needed a game where they could fine-tune some of those things, and so far so good for Chatard. Hasn't won it yet, but clearly one of their better efforts so far this year.
Again, these two teams, Chatard and Merrillville, they have never played each other in basketball, at least going back to 1994. So certainly a unique matchup here between these two ball clubs.
And the part I like about Chatard is the two big guys, I think, have brought their game, elevated their game a little bit. And they have that ability. They got good size, they're strong, and if they can become a more dominant factor on the offensive side, Chatard can continue to get better.
Odom off the inbound here as he's harassed by Reddick.
Too much
and
dribbling.
Reddick off the steal, and he goes up and misses a dunk.
That should have been a dead ball. It hit the bar, but the official didn't see it.
Either way, it was a missed opportunity as Som makes him pay with a three. Ari Som starting to rack up his point total now for Chatard.
Let's see if Merrillville's got a little run in them.
Som has 19 points to lead all scorers. Merrillville still looking for that run, though, as Thompson looks over to Reddick. Looking underneath, Noah Martin is into the ball game for the first time now for Merrillville. Odom gets his pocket picked right at midcourt.
Dribbling.
And here's Thompson. Thompson with a little help, and he's just going to lay that one in to ensure that they get the points.
Well, Odom's a little upset with himself, but he's getting a lesson, and that's not a bad lesson. When he's got a guy as quick as he's got on him, you cannot just dribble through. Coach is going to talk to him about it. This is a coaching moment.
So Odom will come out of the ball game, and this will put Mikey Lake Jr. back in.
Nothing gets you in trouble quicker than just continually too much dribbling.
Som gives it off to McCormick. McCormick down the left side of the lane is able to get the ball back, and Lake finishes with the floater.
Lake scores. Mikey Lake.
65-41 with 4 minutes left to play here in this ball game. Steal in transition by the Trojans, going up and in and trying to dunk it there was Graves, and they now leave some points on the board.
Yeah, Coach, you don't get any extra points for dunks if you miss them. If you can do it, that's fine. Make sure you score. Chatard needs a victory, so this is not a time to get fancy. Do all the little fundamental things and finish. And that's what the coach talked to about. Guys, listen, we're not there yet. If we were 6-0 versus 06, then you can take those risks. But right now, everything is so important.
Martin stymied in the lane. He kicks it outside to Reddick, who loads up a three. No dice there. Martin puts up the floater, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line for the first time here this evening. They're going to get Mikey Lake here with this foul, as we'll have another new player for Merrillville coming up. Jabari Anderson will check in here at the next whistle. So this is Noah Martin. Again, has been sparse at the foul line this season, but he knocks down that first one.
Yeah, that's what the coaching staff for Chatard's doing. He does not want his team, just because they have this big lead, all of a sudden turn comfortable. You're not there to do that yet. You have to get better every second of every game right now if you're a young team and want to get a victory, and more importantly, make this springboard to other victories.
Rashid is back into the ball game here as McCormick tries to go for the rebound here, and he's fouled. So Sam remains in the ball game. A few new faces here. Rashid is back in for Chatard. And then we also have Rylan Hester in as well. Loose ball goes just a little bit out of reach, but Lake is able to corral it. Hester goes along the baseline. Sam goes around. Rashid has a three, and that's off the mark, but McCormick is there for the putback in the end one.
I think the big guy, he's elevated his game, no question about it. Inside position, easy tap in for him, but he's doing all the things the big guy's got to do. Inside position, running the floor, being active, good cutting.
This is the largest lead of the ball game here for Chatard. And the difference really has been that big third quarter by Chatard, as it was a 21-8 outscoring effort there by Chatard over Merrillville.
Well, clearly the most points they've scored all year right now at 68. Their previous was 61 against New Pal.
Thompson working along the baseline for Merrillville. He loses the handle. Rashid comes up with the steal. Bounce pass ahead to Lake. He's tripped, and a traveling violation is going to be called there, as he had one too many strides as he was picking up his dribble. So McCormick will come out with Borg coming back in. Merrillville trying to work around here now as something, if anything, to try and get some scoring going. Here is Cunningham. Gets it back out here to Jabari Anderson. And now to Martin. Into the final 2 minutes. Thompson loads up a long three. It's short. Fast break here comes for Rashid, and he lays it in.
Yeah, nice left hand, running, good pass. I think Chatard's got a few more transitions because of the rebounding dominance today too, Kurt.
Thompson misses at the rim again, and Sam will come back the other way. Rashid goes right to the rim again.
Rashid scores. Rashid.
Well, Aiden Rashid now with an excellent performance. That's a new season high for him, as he now has 6 points. Josiah Jones will come back in here at the next, rather I should say Charlie Staley will come in for Chatard at the next whistle, as will Daniel White. Well, Merrillville will play one more game tomorrow as part of this consolation ladder. But then after that, they will go on to face North Central in Indianapolis on January.
Timeout, Chatard.
Timeout taken here by Chatard as they try to get some substitutions in.
A full timeout.
So full timeout taken by Chatard to talk things over. And so as we look forward to this one, of course, here, Jan Bozier, the next game on the docket tonight will be Charlestown versus New Haven. New Haven coming off of a very close game where they played South Bend Riley right down to the wire.
Yeah, that really was a close game. Had a shot to win it, fell a little short, so.
Meanwhile, Bishop Chatard just talking over a few particulars here with the final 61 seconds left to go. Chatard, by the way, after this tournament is over, they will go on the road at Beech Grove and then get back into conference play against Guerin Catholic on January 9th. And right around January 9th here, Jan, it's hard to believe that will be the halfway point of the boys basketball season.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And that's why this tournament is good timing for a lot of ball clubs. Now's when you got to turn the corner for your ball club if you're struggling. And then if you're not, you got to finish strong because you are definitely near halfway. Goes fast, I can tell you that.
All substitution players now in for Bishop Chatard. As Borg has it underneath, and he's going to be fouled down low here by Bowles.
Pass number 4, Darnell Bowles. His fourth.
And that's going to be number 4 here on Bowles.
Team number 5.
And number 5 here on Merrillville. So free throws again here for the Trojans. And I would imagine here, Jan, that this is probably as good a time as any to practice some free throws, given the fact that they've struggled in that area so far this season.
The plus side to all that, they've gotten to the free throw line, and I think they're a ball club. While they've got some really good height, they're not overly quick as a team. They certainly have players that are quick, but they're a team that needs to get to the free throw line the way they play.
And the second one falls here for Borg. 74-42 as the lead continues to climb for Chatard. And now into these final 30 seconds, Chatard will go home and rest and get ready for yet another matchup as they will get the winner of either New Haven or Charlestown tomorrow. And there's a shot and an and one here for Thompson to at least put something else here on the board before the end of this one.
Yeah, I think you got to be pretty pleased if you're Chatard. Clearly the 74 points are the most they've scored, which is 24 points what they're used to. But I think the key is defense. Or maybe give or take something, but in the 40s, no allow. That's a 20-plus holding team defensive number. That's a huge accomplishment.
It certainly is, as the final 10 seconds will wind down. And this is Hester who will just dribble things out. 3, 2, and 1. And that is the end of this ball game. Your final score, 74-45. Merrillville falls to Bishop Chatard here in the consolation ladder of this Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament. And Jan Bozier, 20 points tonight for Charles Hardiman to lead all scorers here for Merrillville, but still 19 points for Ari Sam, who had a big night here today for Chatard.
Well, Merrillville at times played well, but when they didn't play well, they didn't play very well at all. I realize that, but the problem they got is clearly defense. They gave up 74 points. Again, you can't continue to give up in the 70-point range in the defensive side and win ball games. They've got to figure out the defensive side.
Well, who would you say is our player of the game here, brought to you by LD Smith Plumbing?
I would go with the big guy. I thought he brought McCormick. I thought he brought his game another level. And clearly, if he can do that, bring all the attention, listen, it opens up for everybody else too. But I thought the big guy really played well today.
So he is your player of the game, brought to you by LD Smith Plumbing. The big dog of the game is brought to you, of course, by LD Smith Plumbing. LD Smith Plumbing is the big dog of sewers and drains at LD Smith Plumbing and Drains. We know a thing or two about getting it dirty and keeping things clean and flowing as well. Hats off to tonight's big dog for leading the charge for his team to victory. Final score in this one, Chatard 74, Merrillville 45. You have been watching the consolation ladder here of the Phil Cox Memorial Holiday Tournament on the ISC Sports Network. For Jan Bozier, I'm Kurt Darling. Stick around. We have another game coming up in just a little while.